Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to create a budget. This is part 2 of my 3-part budgeting series, so if you're interested, please keep watching. So the purpose of creating a budget is to have a plan for your money. This is going to tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. In the US right now, 78% of workers live paycheck to paycheck, and that's a really high number, and that's mostly due to debt. So creating a budget is going to ensure that you always have money for the things that you need. It's going to help you get out of debt, and it's going to help you stay out of debt. Now, when budgeting, you should create a budget at least once a month, but you could also do it every pay period. Now, I first started off budgeting by using a book that I bought off Amazon. It was around $8. You could also just print out a template online. Now, this budget template in particular, I actually created myself. I also have it in pink and green, and if you guys are interested in having a copy of the PDF, I can send that over to you. My email is in the description box, so just send me an email and I could forward that to you. So the first thing we're going to do is calculate the monthly household income. This is going to be your net pay, meaning after taxes. So the numbers that I'm going to be using today is just an average of what the income and expenses are in New Jersey. So the yearly average household income in New Jersey is $80,000 a year. So we're going to assume each spouse makes $40,000. Now with that, each spouse would make biweekly $1,242. So that would total to $2,484 each pay period, right? Every 2 weeks. So that's what we're going to write here in income 1. And then also an income 2, right? Every 2 weeks. In other income, you would write in here if there was any other source of income. If you had like a second job or per diem job, you can write that in the third column here. So the total of that monthly would be $4,968. And so we're going to write that in the total column. And we're going to write the month up here. So we're in the month of May. So step 2 is going to be to calculate your expenses. What we're going to do is list all of our bills, all of our variable expenses, and all of our debt. So we're going to assume this is like a family of 4. So first thing we're going to put is rent. And it's about $1,400 a month. Cell phone is $160. Car insurance $132. Gas. And this is gas for your home, not for your car. Cable. Electric. Water. And gym. Okay, so for rent, I put $1,400. That's based off a 2-bedroom apartment. Cell phone $160, car insurance $132, gas $20, cable $217, electric $50, water $40, and a gym membership for $50. Over here in the last column, you can put a due date. So it's usually the 1st, right? That rent is due. We'll say the cell phone is due on the 4th. We'll say car insurance is due on the 7th. Gas on the 13th, cable on the 15th, electric on the 19th, water bill on the 22nd, and gym membership on the 24th. Okay, so these are all basically fixed. The numbers in here are what you pay. It's usually more or less the same every month. So these are essential bills that you pay. Now, under variable expenses, I'll usually put whatever that you pay in cash. The next video that I'm making is going to be based off cash envelope system. So you would list all of those variable expenses in here. So what we're going to say for this is like groceries. Now this is gas for your car. And we're going based off 2 cars here, right? 2 spouses living. Barber. Personal spending. I'll put personal 1, right? Each spouse. So for groceries, I put 600, gas 320, barber 80, personal 120, and personal 120. Now for your debts here, I would write all the debts from smallest to largest of what you owe on the balance. So what we're here, we're gonna say that credit card 1 is $47.17. $47.17. Credit card 2. Again, these are just like made up numbers, but maybe a car loan. And let's say a student loan. I'm going to put SL for student loan, and that's going to be $32,247. And we're going to list what the minimum payment is on the last column. So this is going to be $189, $378, $430, $393. So for debts, credit card 1, you have a balance of $4,717. The minimum payment is $189. Credit card 2, your balance is $9,434, and the minimum payment is $378. Your car loan, I meant to put, is a $14,000 that you still owe on the loan, and your minimum payment is $430 a month. And then your student loan, you have a balance of $32,247, and your minimum payment is $393. So what I would do in this column actually is I would total it. What I would put down here is total, and then month to month, what I would do is calculate what the total is, and you'll be able to see gradually the balance go down. So the total of all this is $60,398. So step number 3 is going to be to review and total your expenses. So take a look at your calendar to include any holidays, birthdays, anniversaries. Maybe you're due for your car registration, or like an oil change, or membership fees like Amazon Prime comes up once a year, or Costco membership. You want to make sure that you include those expenses in your budget. So what we're going to do now is you're going to write down here at the bottom your income, which is $49.68. You're going to total up all of your expenses and your debts, and that came up to $46.99. And so the difference in that is $269. So when you have any money left over at the end of the month, you're going to assign it to a category. So because we are in debt, we're going to apply this to our lowest debt here, and this is how you're going to get your debt snowball rolling. So For this made up budget, for this family, it would take them 36.4 months to get out of debt. So that's about 3 years. Now, a couple of tips that I wanted to include, what you can do to try to get out of debt a little bit faster. You can decrease your expenses. So for example, this cable bill, you could switch it over to Wi-Fi and get a streaming service like Netflix or Hulu. You could also cut out memberships and subscriptions that you may have. So for this family, they can cut out the gym and maybe just work out at home until all of their debt is cleaned up. Other things that you can do is increase your income. So you can either ask for a raise at work or maybe work more hours. You could also try to get a second job, a part-time job, or per diem job to try to increase your income. Other things that you might want to consider is maybe even selling things. You might have a furniture or electronics, something maybe sitting at home that you're not really using anymore. You can put that to sell. There's a lot of platforms now like Let Go and OfferUp. And little things too, like cutting back on wants. Instead of going to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts 5 times a week, you can make coffee at home. So little things like that, making your own lunch at home also helps, right? To try to cut back on expenses. You're saving money. A little goes a long way. So your budget will change every month, and like the first couple times it'll be trial and error, but don't give up because every month it gets a little bit easier. Now this budget is based off life before quarantine when things were a little bit more normal. So at this time, if your income is stable, you can continue to do your budget and attack your debt. But if your income is unstable, meaning you've been laid off or furloughed, pause all of your debt payments and just make the minimum payments on everything and stack up on cash. So guys, I hope this inspires you and motivates you to want to create your own budget that you can follow. Just like anything else in life, whether it be diet and exercise or school, it takes discipline. So please stay tuned for part 3 of this budgeting series. It's going to be on the cash envelope system. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.